Good morning, and welcome to episode 191 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. Geopolitical tensions are heating up around the globe. Israeli strikes on Hamas in Gaza killed 19 and injured 60. Russian strikes on the Ukrainian city of Poltava have killed 50. Ukrainian drones hit Moscow in the Moscow region, killing one civilian. Things here in the U.S. are heating up as well with regards to the presidential election campaign. Last night was the first debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. I would be surprised if anybody who was in one camp switched over to the other camp. If you were for Trump prior, you're probably still for Trump. If you were for Harris prior, you're probably still for Harris. There were a lot of personal attacks and political attacks, but very little substance. All eyes this week financially are on the consumer price index, which comes out tomorrow, Thursday, and the producer price index, which comes out on Friday. Both of these are really the last snapshots of the economy that the Fed will have before its Federal Open Market Committee meeting, September 17th and 18th. That's Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Wednesday is the expected decision where the market, by and large, believes there will be the first rate cut in this cycle for the Fed. 69% of folks out there believe that that will be a 25 basis point rate cut. The remaining 30 some odd percent believe it will be a 50% or a 50 basis point or higher rate cut. Let's take a look at the numbers because the precious metals are moving as a result. Gold is up 1.3% this week. From last week, it was $2,489.20 last week. This week, it stands at $2,522.40. Silver's up 3.1% to $28.87. This time last week, it was $28.01. Platinum is up 5.1% to $947 an ounce. That's up $46 from its .901 an ounce last week. Palladium is up 8.1% to $997 an ounce, just under $1,000. It was $922 last week. With silver outperforming gold this past week, the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold has dropped slightly to 87.37. Your gold-silver ratio last week was 88.87. And the U.S. dollar is under slight pressure, down a little against a basket of currencies. The index is 101.43 this week. It was 101.67 last week. We received a question on our YouTube channel over the week from at Senator Bulworth. Senator Bulworth wanted to know when was the last time U.S. gold reserves were audited, and if it is not mandated, why isn't it that they should be audited? From our understanding, the last time U.S. gold reserves were audited were over a 10-year period. They audited 97% of U.S. gold reserves from 1974 to 1984, and the last 3% in the years to follow were audited and sealed. Now, that testimony was given to Congress that those audits were performed, everything was in order, and those vaults were sealed, but there is some concern that there was a re-audit of U.S. gold reserves since, and as a result, there's a question: if they were sealed, why did they need to be re-audited? I don't have the answers to those questions, but my understanding is the last full audit was done from 74 to 84, with the last 3% of reserves audited in the years to follow 1984. Good question. We ask that you go ahead and follow us on our YouTube channel. Sign up for it and send us your comments and questions. We'll handle them on the air like we just did for Senator Bulworth. Go ahead and follow us on social media and follow our twice weekly Always Something Interesting alerts, our once monthly information line newsletter. And this month we have our webinar coming up. So Adrian Day and I will be hosting Nomi Prins of Global Print Sites. You do not want to miss that webinar on Wednesday, September 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to cover everything gold. She will be in the middle of her Gold Week commentary, so you probably want to sign up if you haven't already for her newsletter prior, so you can go ahead and get that commentary the week of the webinar. But in the end, don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.